Up next on Lion TV, we have Eric and Curtis with a new edition of Discography, and James Stafford has an inside look at the You're Hired event.
And me, Warren Kemp, with all of your weather updates for the week. All that and more, Lion TV starts now.
Searcy High. Welcome back to another episode of Lion TV. I'm Star Cox.
And I'm Curtis Stevens. We hope you had a good week back, Searcy. Now let's jump into some student announcements.
Counselors will not be scheduling individual meetings with students until after the students have watched the videos in Lion Time, and counselors have met with them in their English classes. After that, there will be a Google sign-up sheet for students to schedule a visit with their counselor. Students will need to watch all scheduling videos.
Here's some information about the upcoming 2025 SHS prom. Seniors will attend free. Juniors who earn 3 prom points will attend free. Juniors who do not earn these points will pay $50 for their ticket. All dates who are not seniors at SHS will pay $50 for their tickets. You can register guests who are not students at SHS in the East and West offices after spring break. Mr. Landis will let you know if your date has been approved. Tickets will be on sale from Tuesday, April 14th until Thursday, April 24th. Prom is from 7:30 to 11 p.m. on Saturday, April 26th. You can also purchase tickets on the door on prom night. Please see the flyers located in classrooms about dress code, door, and game prizes.
The Varsity Lady Lions basketball tryouts will be April 23rd from 3:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. at the Searcy High School Old Main Gym. This is for all students going into the 10th through 12th grades who are interested in playing high school basketball. You must have an updated sports physical turned in prior to the start of the tryouts practice. Email Coach Sitzman to register for your tryouts at ksitzman@searcyschools.org.
The Crossings at Riverside and Searcy is looking to hire students. The requirements for employment are: must be 17 years of age, have a valid social security card, have a valid driver's license or state-issued identification card, and must be a compassionate individual who will provide care for residents. The Crossings at Riverside offers nursing assistant classes. You get paid while attending classes, job guaranteed after getting certification, and all shifts are available. If interested, come by the Crossings at Riverside at 2500 Eastmore Avenue in Searcy or call 501-268-2324. At such a young age, it can be hard for you to pick a career you enjoy.
James Stafford has a story on the 2025 graduates' job progression and the careers that they chose to settle in.
Searcy recently hosted a 2-day event connecting graduating seniors with White County employers and hopes to introduce students to jobs that they can work for after high school.
We have Bryce, which makes plastic bags for either food or hygiene products. And then we have Matthews, who is a foundry, and they make the tablets for headstones, the tiles. And then we have David's Burgers. We have Nuterra out of Heber Springs, and they make the tanks for the water filtration system. So we have jobs like welding, foundry, which is dealing with hot metals, food service, individual child care programs, or maybe dealing with senior citizens. So it's just a huge array of jobs.
With this event, seniors can be interviewed, assessed, and even hired for future jobs.
What's really great is that even though we have like a little bit smaller number of employers actually here, there's quite a few different job openings in different jobs within the different employers. I would say employers are just looking for somebody that is willing to come to work, show up, and be there and work hard.
I think they're looking for you to be consistent. They want you to show up on time. They want you to be relatable with your other employees.
Don't be scared to try new things. Don't be scared to reach out to big places like a bank or a hospital and see if there's anything you can do with no experience, because I'm underqualified and a lot of people still really liked me.
Searcy strives to make all options for work available for senior graduates in order for them to have a bright future.
Just be yourself. Think about what you do in your day-to-day life and how those skills that you have acquired in day-to-day life go over into employment.
You're Hired itself, the overall goal is to connect employers and connect students.
This event provides a wide range of job options for upcoming graduates that could lead to a full-time career in the field.
Hopefully get a job that I'm decent at during the summer or med care. or at least a job where I can get experience.
So I really just hope that we can get the word out about this event so that it continues to grow. Last year was our first year, and it had 30 participants, 30 students, 4 different schools. This year, second year, we have 91 students and 7 schools.
That they are able to find a good job, to start their career and develop skills and be able to go to that next step in life.
With the success of the You're Hired event, it is safe to assume that the event will be continued for further years with additions to even more jobs and employers to come. That's all I have for you, Cersei. Now back to the news desk.
Thanks, James. Career indecisiveness is definitely a big issue teens face now. It's happy to see them getting more into it.
The owner of a historic North Little Rock home is suing her insurance company for not covering damages she said that were sustained to her home in March 2023 tornado. Deborah Phillips' lawsuit said that her home received more than $135,000 in damages, but her insurance company, Massachusetts Bay, denied the claim. Suing the insurance carrier, which is a part of the Hanover Insurance Group of Worcester, Massachusetts, for the breach of contract.
The Trump administration carried out mass layoffs across the Department of Health and Human Services on Tuesday, aiming to slash around 10,000 full-time jobs from the federal agencies long tasked with regulating food and drugs and overseeing the nation's public health policies. Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency is attempting to reduce the health department's workforce from 82,000 to 62,000 across several agencies, including the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Food and Drug Administration, and the National Institute of Health. The drastic job eliminations are a part of HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s wider plan to reshape the federal public health infrastructure. Kennedy repeatedly promised to hollow out the CDC and NIH during his failed presidential bid last year.
The FFA confirms it is investigating reports of a fight between employees inside the Air Traffic Control Tower at Reagan National Airport, or DCA, last week. Officers arrested 39-year-old Damian Gaines of Upper Marlboro, Maryland, according to the Metropolitan Washington Airports Authority Police. He is facing charges of assault and battery. It is unclear what prompted the reported altercation, which has become the situation at the DCA tower. It has been increasingly tense since a mid-air collision in January that killed 67 people in the deadliest U.S. aviation disaster since 2001. It also comes after a Delta Airlines flight departing Reagan Airport experienced a close call with an Air Force jet after taking off on Friday. Despite all the storms we've been having, I'd say the weather has been very warm and comfortable.
I agree. I actually enjoyed the break because I was able to get a lot of nice and fresh air.
Let's send it over to Warren Kemp with all our weather updates.
Happy Friday, Cersei. Welcome back, and let's get right into those weather announcements. Today, you'll be having a high of 77 with a 90% chance of rain, winds southeast at 16 miles an hour, and humidity at 89% with a sunrise at 6:49 a.m. On to tonight. Tonight, you'll be having a low of 66 with rain at 95%, your winds at south at 11 miles an hour. Your humidity is going to be at 95%, and your sunset is going to be at 7:30 p.m. On to the almanac. Last 7-day average has been a high of 86 and a low of 44. Your monthly average of precipitation has been 5.42 inches, and your month to date is 2.14 inches. On to the 5cast. Saturday, you'll be having thunderstorms with a high of 70, a low of 49, and a 94% chance of rain. Sunday, you'll be having partly sunny with a 56 as your high, a 38 as your low, and a 31% chance of rain. Monday, it'll be mostly sunny with a 63 as your high, a 37 as your low, and a 5% chance of rain. Tuesday will be a 66 high, a 43 low, and a 4% chance of rain. And Wednesday will be a high of 71, a low of 48, and a 15% chance of rain. That's all I've got for you today, Cersei. Now back to the news desk.
Thanks, Warren. Regardless of the stormy forecast, I am glad to see that the warmer temperatures are creeping in.
Hey, Storm, my stomach is starting to growl a little bit. Do you know what's for lunch?
Today for lunch, we'll be having General Taiso chicken stir fry, chicken egg roll, sausage and cheese calzone, chicken and cheese crispito, ham and Swiss cheese sub, fresh Fuji apple, and milk.
That sounds delicious, but enough of this food talk because it's not subsiding my hunger.
Our SH band has an upcoming contest that they've been practicing very hard for.
Let's send it over to Aiden Hughes for some more information on these performers.
Next week, the band at Cersei High School will have their concert assessment, and it comes with a lot of hard work and preparation. And we sat down with the band director and band members to ask them how they will achieve their goal.
I love band. I've always grown up in band and really enjoyed music. Came from a musical family, and I always had good success in band and really enjoyed getting to build the atmosphere with other students to enjoy the competition aspect, but also the relationship building aspect of it, all through the idea of creating music. I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. I love getting to help give young people the joy that I have in music, because I feel like music's something that everybody can enjoy, at least on some level. I get to help shape what sounds good to the human ear and like a judge's ear and things like that.
Soon the band will have a very important concert assessment. Mr. Dodson believes practice is key for this event.
We've been preparing some music for a few weeks now, almost a month and a half or so, and I get to help shape the music and create it.
Cadence has always been in love with band, and it has been a generational passion within his family.
Music has always been a big part of my life. My dad was a percussionist and my mom was also a clarinet. My grandmother was also a clarinet, so clarinets are kind of our family's instrument, so I was happy to learn that I would be playing one.
Cadence will be at the concert assessment, and he loves the music that they will be playing and has been practicing daily.
Byzantine dances, Fragile, and March. It is a competition. We will most likely get first or second place following previous competitions. We learn our music in class, and then I go home and I practice the music so that when I come back to class, I'm prepared to learn new things about the music.
This band concert assessment will help improve this great band and the people in it. It will happen at Cabot High School on April 8th. Go show your support to the band. Now, back to the news desk.
Thank you, Aiden. I'm so excited to watch them perform their hard work.
I haven't gotten any recent updates on discography.
You're right, Star. Me and Eric have another well-known artist for you.
Howdy, Cersei High. It's Eric Crowley.
And Curtis Stevens.
And we have a new discography coming right on in.
For today's episode, we're going to be talking about an acoustic folk legend, and that would be John Denver.
At age 11, Denver received an acoustic guitar from his grandmother. He learned to play well enough to perform at local clubs by the time he was in college. Denver decided to change his name when Randy Sparks, founder of the New Christy Minstrels, suggested that Dusseldorf would not fit comfortably on a marquee. Denver attended Texas Tech University in Lubbock and sang in a folk music group, the Alpine Trio, while studying architecture.
He was also a member of the Delta Tau Delta fraternity. Denver dropped out of Texas Tech in 1963 and moved to Los Angeles, where he sang in folk clubs. In 1965, Denver joined the Chad Mitchell Trio, replacing founder Chad Mitchell. After more personal changes, the trio later became known as Denver, Boys, and Johnson. He abandoned band life to pursue a solo career and released his first album for RCA Records, Rhymes and Reasons.
Speaking of albums, we better bring up the albums like we always do. His first solo album, Rhymes and Reasons, was released in 1969. In 1971, he recorded the million-selling single, Take Me Home Country Roads, and that was followed by the evocative Rocky Mountain High and the smash hit, Sunshine on My Shoulders.
Take me home, country road.
He then released Take Me to Tomorrow in 1970. In AllMusic, Greg Adams said, "Take Me to Tomorrow will come as a surprise to anyone expecting the pretty folk music and listen to the wisdom of the children lyrics usually associated with John Denver. The album, with its comparatively heavy folk rock sound married to lyrics that mention belching and latrines, strives for the realism and capital I importance of Paul Simon or even Phil Ochs, without the blatant politics."
He then released Farewell Andromeda in 1973. The LP made Billboard's Top 20, reaching number 16, with 3 singles subsequently released: I'd Rather Be a Cowboy, Farewell Andromeda, and Please Daddy. Record World called the title track a bright and positive ditty in the same vein as Rocky Mountain High.
Think I'd rather be a cowboy.
John Denver's last album, released in August 1997, was All Aboard, a collection of Train song covers. All Aboard won a posthumous Grammy for Best Musical Album for Children. The album consists of old-fashioned swing, big band, folk, bluegrass, and gospel styles of music woven into a theme of railroad songs. It was released 2 months before he tragically died in a plane crash.
Man, John Denver is a total legend for his amazing folk songs. I wonder what our students here think of him.
Well, let's go around and ask them.
What is your favorite John Denver song?
Sunshine on My Shoulders.
It's got to be Rocky Mountain High.
Take me home, country roads, to a place where I belong.
Well, that does it for another episode of Discography. This is Eric Crowley signing off.
And Curtis Stevens. Now sending it back to your anchors at the news desk.
Peace out.
Thanks, Eric and Curtis. I'm now up to date on the latest discography information.
March Madness is coming to its end with only a few more games to be played.
I'm sure Bo Bramlett has a lot of updates for us, so let's send it over to him.
Happy Friday, Cersei. Let's get into those sports announcements. The Cersei Lions baseball team faced off against the Nelson Raiders in a hard-fought conference series, coming away with an impressive sweep. Game 1 was a nail-biter from start to finish. Nelson struck first, scoring a run early, and the game remained 1-0 until the bottom of the 7th. With their backs against the wall, the Lions clawed their way back, tying the game 1-1 to force extra innings. In a dramatic finish, Jesse Sumner delivered the game-winning hit, sealing a 2-1 walk-off victory for Cersei. In Game 2, the Lions found their offensive rhythm, putting up 7 runs to claim the 7-4 win and to complete the series sweep. Key contributors on the mound were Blake Parker, 6 strikeouts, Easton Evans, 7 strikeouts, and Will Evans, 8 strikeouts, each playing a crucial role in shutting down the Raiders' offense. With these victories, the Lions improved 3-1 in conference play and 8-5 overall, building momentum as they continue their season. In national news, the NCAA men's basketball tournament's Elite 8 concluded with 4 exciting matchups, setting the stage for an all number 1 seed Final Four for the first time since 2008. The number 1 seed Florida Gators overcame a resilient Texas Tech team, rallying late to secure an 84-79 win. Walter Clayton Jr. had another outstanding performance with 30 points, averaging 22 points per game in the tournament. This victory propels Florida into the Final Four where they'll face Auburn. Duke showcased their strength with an 85-65 triumph over Alabama. Freshman standout Cooper Flagg contributed significantly with 16 points and 9 rebounds, highlighting Duke's offensive prowess. Houston's stifling defense led them to a 69-50 victory over Tennessee, holding the Volunteers to a record-low first-half point total for a number 1 or number 2 seed in tournament history. In a closely contested game, Auburn secured a 70-64 win against Michigan State. Despite an injury scare with Johnny Broome, the Tigers managed to advance, setting up a Final Four clash with Florida. The Final Four matchups are set. Florida will face Auburn and Duke will take on Houston. Both games are scheduled for Saturday, April 5th, with the winners advancing to the national championship game on Monday, April 7th. The NBA regular season is heating up as teams jockey for playoff positioning. The Thunder defeated the Detroit Pistons 119-103, matching their franchise record with 64 wins. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led the charge with 33 points, marking his 48th 30-point game this season. Jimmy Butler embodied playoff Jimmy, delivering 27 points and key defensive plays to lead the Golden State Warriors to a 134-125 victory over the Memphis Grizzlies. This win evaluates the Warriors to 5th place in the Western Conference. The New York Knicks experienced a tale of two halves against the Cleveland Cavaliers. After leading by 15 points in the first half, they succumbed to a 124-105 defeat, highlighting ongoing struggles against top-tier teams. Stay tuned as both the NCAA tournament and NBA season continue delivering exciting basketball action. Now back to the news desk.
Thank you, Bo. Well, that's all the time we have for you today, Cersei. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Cersei High Lion TV.
And to follow us on X at Lion TV, Instagram at Cersei Lion TV, and on Facebook at Cersei High Lion TV. Signing off, I'm Curtis Stevens.
And I'm Star Cox. Have a good weekend, Cersei.